The book of Psalms, chapter 55, starting at verse. I've read the whole scriptures, but I never, my memory is really bad. I know we all men, so, but some brothers do retain information better than others. That's a gift from the Most High. But it say, what it say? Say, for it was not an enemy that reproached me, and I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me and did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide, and mine acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked onto the house of the Most High in company. What I want to get is this, though. Verse 17. This is what's beginning the lesson. It says, evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. Verse 18, he hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. The Most High shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, Salah, because they have no changes, therefore they fear not the Most High. Verse 20, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, meaning those that actually fear Yahweh Shem Yahshai, the hopeful elect. We gonna trust in the Lord. We seeing all hell breaking loose. I'm gonna use what the elders told me. By the way, I ain't even gonna respond. Again, I recognize my elders. I never thought I was just the sole prophet. I told you I went through something very traumatic. It wasn't about no bitch. It was about the devil. Devil said, come be a part of us. And I said, no. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never. And I said I wasn't even going to do this no more, because as much as I done talked to these videos based on people trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, y'all got it more confused than it was from the get-go. So I get what Jake was saying, like, why? Why are you listening to it? Like the Howard Stern, it was like, you had more people that hated him listening than you had people that liked his fucking show. And then they would ask the people that hated him, they said, why do you listen to it? They said, we want to hear what he gonna say. Howard Stern very well might be a Jake, by the way. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O power, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Esau, Edom. Bloody and deceitful men, Esau, Edom, shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. I will trust in the Lord. Scriptures talk about, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. So, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to called Elohim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Hakodash. Double honors to the elders, to the apostles that I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, none more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim, Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations with whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. It's Brother Yahweh coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh meaning he is, he exists, or he to be. By Hashem, by his in. Ha is the, Shem is name. Yahushai meaning he saves or he delivers. True names of the Most High God and his Son, who these people in English call God and Jesus Christ, but whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai. This lesson is inspired by this article. And I was listening to the beloved elder apostle, and he was doing, he like, hey, I know that's entertaining to them because they've been waiting for, like he said, you got decades past, he said you got weeks past and decades happen. You know what I'm saying? So you been quote that lady, but I know they got to be excited because I'm excited, shit, and I'm following in their footsteps. So I can never be the only one, brother. And that's a brother. Sometimes we all fall short or fuck up. The beautiful thing is if you can recognize when you fucking up. Some people don't even consider. Anyhow, Greenland may be the world's largest island, but it is a home to just 57,000 people. So what this devil trying to do, he said, I'm going to give you some money first, but not give you what it's worth for real. But then if you don't accept that, I'm going to just take it. And that's what the elders were speaking on. A few elders, they was like, shit, this man showing you I'm the devil. And that's what scripture talk about, Revelations 12 and 12. Says, therefore, and when you read up, you see is how it's going to be a great persecution. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Because you're going to have individuals that's going to be put to death for this truth. They already setting up the case now. These motherfuckers literally, and to show you how just dumbfounded these Americans are. I started this new job, right? And it was Jake. It's just Jake on there, right? It's Edomites, like I told you, who really run the shit. But it's this one Jake. This motherfucker talking about the hood, but this nigga from the suburb. So he talking about what the hood is and what the hood's not, but you ain't even never been in the hood. So I had to chastise this, not chastise, I had to rebuke his ass. Because I'm like, you don't even know what the hood is like because you from the suburbs. How the fuck you gonna speak on what the hood is? I know a brother that was in the camp that's really got a spirit that I recognize that, yeah, he was a nigga like me. I would never tell you everything I've done. The fuck? That's retarded. That's retarded. But anyhow, because the Lord ain't telling you, so why the fuck would I? But I'm saying that to say this. Jake was up there talking about, and then it was a Northern Kingdom brother, he an Ephraimite, and he got to break it down the scriptures. He got it completely wrong, but he was in the spirit. And he understood certain shit too. So I was like, damn. So, and then the crazy part is to show you how the Lord be trying to get certain people, but it's just against, it's the spirit for real. If the Lord chose you to get it. He was like, one of his best friends is a Hebrew Israelite. And I said, you a Hebrew Israelite? You know what I'm saying? But the point being, you got the one Jake, he look like Southern Kingdom, he might be Judah or something like that. This nigga talking about he with ice and all that. I say this, and me and the other dude got offended, not the Northern Kingdom brother, but you could just tell they Jake, Jake's, and that's 2/3. The one Southern Kingdom, he up there yeah, they taking our jobs. I say, nigga, it ain't no job. You know what I'm saying? Just Jake is so stupid. God damn. Revelation chapter 12. But you can't even really get mad about it. Like the elder said. He said something that was powerful. He said he don't put no energy into the Edomites doing what they're doing because this is in their nature. He said that they doing righteously the left-hand side. They doing what they supposed to do. If be an Edomite and sit up there, can I make it? No, you an Edomite. No, that's against your nature. The fuck? Just like Jake supposed to be coming back to the Most High, but you got 2/3 that's this motherfucker trusting. The motherfucker sat up there and talked about, dude, one of the men on the job, got a history of selling drugs or whatever the fuck. Right. So he but I ain't been doing nothing lately. And the Lord just blessed him for real. So I'm like, maybe I will tell him the truth. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's I learned a lesson from the last time I did that shit on the job. But anyhow, dude say I had this, I had that. The dude that's from the suburbs say, see, Jake gotta uplift themselves. They gotta elevate. You gotta stay in the hood. Then in the next breath he say, can you still get some of the shit you had? I say, this nigga retarded. That's some niggas I just seen in the truth. You sitting up here cussing other people about what you doing. What the fuck? Salakia. I've been drinking a little bit. Either this gonna be all the way to spirit or all the way pandemonic. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, hey, you probably got Jake speculating this nigga got to be working with him. No, they did want me to be with him though. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye. No, I'd rather, if I had to do this shit so many times, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? And the Jake said, you ain't doing this shit, so I don't want to hear what you talk about. You know what I'm saying? I can see the future, but you telling people what's happening and they not listening. You know how terrible that is? But that's when, Philippians 2 kick in. Seek out ye yourself. I'm just going to do the job, shit. Because it's up to the Lord to actually, preserve and awaken these people. I just supposed to tell you. Revelation chapter 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down unto you having great wrath. And he's actually fucking with everybody. Like, I seen a video, I was gonna do it on he fucking with Mexico again, and that little Jewish broad. Like these elites really about to do some earth changing shit in their minds. Cause just shoot, hey, hit the button. That what just hit the button, so you know what I'm saying? Fuck, hit the buttons. Do what you trying to do so the Lord can come. He got you in a trick bag. The Lord is the ultimate fowler. You get what I'm saying? And he said fowler's a catcher of birds, right? Right. And Esau, Edom is the eagle, right? Right. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So, this devil's basically at, he said, I saw the thing about Mexico. He talking about fucking with Colombia. He want Greenland. At one point, he was fucking with Canada, but he probably gonna bend back around on that one. This nigga say, nigga, we is not defense, we war. And I'm about to show you I'm the hammer of the earth. So it says he is now talking of acquiring the Arctic territory and might even even be using military force and cash heavy incentives. So this is what you see was happening in Iran and Venezuela. Pretty much what I was thinking about just the other day, I was like, damn, this devil, everybody because you probably really got citizens that really they want to be like America. You want to be like the evilest empire on the earth. Ain't that about a bitch? And it's just showing you where the world is. Those women in Iran and whatnot, the traditional values is you got to be covered up. You can't do this, can't do that. And I was talking to the Northern Kingdom brother. He was like, shit, it's like the world want to be like Babylon the Great. And then he was like, the world want to be like Babylon the Great. But then at the same time, he was like, he'd rather be more like them because they had the traditional values and what's going on in the world. So, and I was like, damn, I agree with you. So as much as Jake didn't know, Jake knew a lot of shit because he had the spirit. But if somebody already done told you about the truth and you still not accepting it, I told him certain things. I said, you should go check into what that brother was telling you. And I said, I told him the name. And I said the name because he was like Yeshua, you know what I mean? He believed in Nephilim. He all over the place. And that's probably why, again, it's just deep. And I kind of respected him because he's a younger brother and he had his head on straight. He was like, at 17, he was supposed to do this, do that, do this. But he was being honest. He was like, shit. He was like, I was presenting myself one way to people who was around me, the elders, but then he was like, but around my friends, I was the demon. And I was like, damn, that's deep. I was like, but I think you still was wiser than me in a lot of ways because at 17, I wasn't thinking like you. And another guy at this same job said the same shit. He 21. I'm like, damn. But you thinking about shit I wasn't thinking about at 21. 21, I was thinking about, let's get some money today, and I'm going to fuck this bro. You know what I'm saying? Like some goofy shit. He is now talking of acquiring Arctic territory, might even be using military force and cash-heavy incentives. After all, the president did not rule out chances of military action in the territory when telling New York Times, I don't need international law. So, this is out of Newsbreak. It says Denmark calls for Euro troops because pretty much this is about to be Revelation 17 and what's that, 16? The beast hating the whore. So, and the reason why the spirit is on this man because this is like the elder deemed it, the king of Babylon. That's why he's always talking about the golden city and the golden dome and the golden this and golden. This is the book of, hey, if you pay attention, instead of wearing red and blue, now he's wearing gold ties. Pay attention. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and 4. You can always remember that because 144. That thou should, and that's why brothers can see it for what it is. These motherfuckers literally showing you who the king of Babylon is. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. And this golden city, because they don't think they can go down, we telling them that you're going to go down because it's the Lord's will for you to go down. Isaiah chapter 19. I'm going to start at verse probably 1. says message to Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, modern day America. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. You got MAGA against DJ Trump. You got American citizens against DJ Trump. You got the 2/3 and these Babylonians, these Edomites, literally against each other. Like, it's just so much division. You got the government. You got DJ Trump, which is a Republican, literally talking about he gonna do these certain experiments on Democratic states first. You know, and the funny part is, I forgot who brought it out. That was like, when he first got into politics, he was a Democrat. I think he was a independent. Like Ross Perot. I remember Ross Perot. If you don't remember Ross Perot was a genius to the point he had all this land. He said the airports can build the airports on it for free, or he basically incentivized it. And then when they built it on there, all them people got to come there. And then he charged, for the companies to literally, because they oh, look at all these people, shit. And then now they want to put businesses over there, so he charged them. That nigga was lightweight a genius for that. But it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, and the spirit of Egypt. Which, if you can't recognize that this place is like spiritually Egypt, then you are retarded. And Egypt fell, and this place is gonna fall. And like say, Egypt was proud as well. Look at that's how you know he gonna come down with great wrath. Because if you understand reincarnation and understand things spiritually, like Pharaoh didn't want to let Israelites go. So if anything, he'd rather kill. Like back in the day, Jake had a thing. He said, "I brought you in this world. I'll take you out." So that's spiritual though. That's out the scriptures. Unruly child. What you take him before the elders and you stone him to death? And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof. It's a draft coming. So all you young bulls, which is in the scriptures, the bulls of Bashan, all you young wild YNs that actually put on garments, because you do got that. You know how many times, I'm not going to tell on nobody, I'm just going to speak on shit. You know how many times I've watched the elders make certain statements and say not to do certain things, and watch young men do what the fuck they want, and everybody just turn their eye to it and all that? Come on, man. Like, that's why this is like this. And again, I'm not even mad. Again, I respect, the elder taught me a scripture. So, I can look past, because it's not about emotions. You know what I mean? I find it funny. I can see who is subscribed and then who unsubscribed. So why are you on my page? If I'm so fucking retarded, why are you on my fucking page? And I'm not even starting no shit. You got to question yourself why you on my page, right? And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. I gave the elders utmost credit in this video. And if you really didn't understand that, I've never tried to personally offend the elders. If I have, sometimes, I was watching that show, Last of Us. He said, I can't control where another person's emotions go. I even heard the elder, the camp I was in, literally say that. That was wise. But then I watched him also say, we gonna fake it. I said, that's not very wise. So let me get the fuck away from you, because then it's gonna be some carnal shit that's gonna happen. Now, if you can't get that breakdown of that, I would prefer you not even speak on my situation, because I'm the one got to deal with this shit. And it's not easy. What the fuck is actually very, very difficult. And guess what? I got 3 children I'm raising around. You got brothers that were wives. They never said, well, you go come over here. And what? None of that shit. So what are you talking about, man? So it's like we were just really when we got a vent and we talking to each other, it's like a social club more than, you know what I mean? That's how I took it. Now, I'm sure some brothers were like, oh, I'll give my life for him. I watched this brother unsubscribe because I said something about something, but I never lied, though. That's between you and the Lord. Like, again, if he the righteous man, I accept that. Look how the Lord did it. I never said nothing. People got to poking at it. What's the issue? And then it went all the way around. They love this man to death. Well, I can accept that, but just hopefully he be a man of the Lord, because you're going to have a lot of people misled. And I'm not saying he not. I remember individuals talking about you got to do this. You just pay attention to that. The elder said do a video a day. Did it went around to the standard is 3. Yeah, because it's mercy, I guess. But at the same time, like, hey. I wouldn't give a fuck if y'all watch my videos at all. And that's just being honest. Like the elder said, I got to do this. It ain't no, I would never want to be that man. You know, thinking like in your natural body, you'll be up there. Oh, I thought he was going to make it. It ain't about who the fuck you thought was it. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that a lot of people would have bugged out by my lot while you got so much fucking stuff to say. Yeah. We try to, I thought the right thing was to try to take care of your family, since I've seen so many of our people lead a fucking family. Yeah, you're right. I got a woman want to marry me right now. And I told her, I ain't signed no more. I said, bitch, you better figure out what marriage is. Go read the account of Isaac and Rebecca. The fuck? Ain't no, I'm already married to your goofy ass. Like, you crazy. And we arguing now. I already know. You know how heavy that did. This bitch ended up trying. I don't even have nothing, but what? Man, Salakia. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, which they doing now, and to the charmers, and to them that have a familiar, to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Lord of hosts. Which we watching that fierce king. That's why he's doing whatever the fuck he want. He got ICE agents, and they saying they justified for shooting you. You should never buck up against authority. So we about to watch how all these strong ass men that sitting up there, oh, I'm ready to die for the Lord. Well, what happens when they fuck around and come shoot up a camp while we camping? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, all these young bulls that was ready, ain't never been through shit for real. But you know, like I said, again, I made that statement. You ever just like really like just, oh man, this shit was so good. I love her. I heard the brother say that. I love her though. Hey, but he actually been in love. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just something about her I love about her, right? So you got Jake ain't even really got one good one off yet. You know, he just hitting everything. Yeah, but it ain't even like, because when you've been in love, you usually been hurt too. You falling out of love. Even the elder mentioned that. You ain't even, but now you about to might be drafted, and we gonna see who men of the Lord, because a lot of men about to be drafted. And I pray every sincere, true brother, again, I always recognize I might be the demon. You get what I'm saying? The elder said it turned up demonically. Well, I brought up that book. The demon and the angel wanted to see the end of the world, remember? So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this is about to all lead to war, because the beast is hating the whore. This America say, nigga, we is the shit. We get the, you know, sociopath. You know what I mean? Go look it up. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5, it talks about this war is going to be unlike all the other wars, because it's going to be with flame and fuel of fire. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, because it's going to be done with ICBMs. Now, I heard that Russia let off a ICBM in Ukraine. Then it was retracted, and pretty much they're saying now it wasn't a ICBM. It was a ICBM capable missile. So they got missiles that they can actually make ICBMs, but they choose to, you know. So I mean, you know, may the Lord put the spirit on the. It's just written in the scriptures. They gonna do it. They said that damn, my car is dirty. I gotta clean the shit out of this bitch. Yeah, I gotta buy another car. This got to be the work car. This been dirty, and my children being in this. I just noticed it. Salaki. They seized 5 oil tankers from Russia and China, and like the elder said, now Russia and China like, well, shit, they ain't even abiding by the international law. That's what Trump's saying. What he's saying, I don't have to abide by it. I'm the king of Babylon. So why would you think that these other kingdoms is not gonna say fuck you too? And that's the arrogance and pride of this devil, a sociopath. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise, because back in the day when they used to fight, it'd be loud, you up close and personal. That's what the Joker said. Joker said, he said, I'd rather use knives because you see, I'm up close on you. I get to see, if you ever watched The Last of Us, it was a dude that everybody respected. They thought he was just, oh, he's a great guy. But he was like the governor in Walking Dead. He did what he thought was right, and that's how The Last of Us was. In his mind, he did whatever it took to protect his people. So if it took killing you, but he was so charismatic, it's spiritual. But anyhow, he was a complete fucking demon. And in The Last of Us, it was a dude like that too. And they was eating people to survive because they couldn't get no food. When they couldn't get no food, they had kill a motherfucker and feed that to the people. And he wanted to fuck the little girl, Ellie. And she had to fight for her life. And he said, I like it when you fight. You get what I'm saying? So those ancient battles was, up close and personal. And that's what the Joker said. He said, shit, I like to use a knife because you get to see what they made of. Guns are too quick. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So it's going to be a nuclear war. It's going to be... like all these people that's going to go to this war, you got drones now. They could send a swarm of drones and never send a plane and kill the shit out of it. That's why brothers say what they say. Anybody get drafted into this war, ain't coming back. This is going to be more of a sacrifice to the Lord. Isaiah chapter 65, but those that truly believe, the Lord got us. It's Isaiah 65 and verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that forget my holy mountain, this government. Those that walked away from the truth. The Lord gonna do something extra special to you, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did not choose that wherein I delighted not. The majority of seniors have zero clue. All those that turned their back on the truth, all those that trust in this devil, it's a heavy price that you're going to have to pay. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And that's just going into how the Lord going to protect and take care of his elect, or chosen. And those that aren't chosen going to be destroyed. And I say fuck a 2/3, a heathen, all that. You know what I'm saying? The main thing about a Christian, of our people, which the true Christians are Israelites, is the fact that they don't want to accept the fact that the Lord don't love everybody. He's not Jake, he's Northern Kingdom. He literally said, he broke that down. He said, shit, pretty much when the Lord come and judge you, he pretty much broke down the fact that the Lord don't love everybody. And I found it funny. I was like, well, damn, but you sitting up here talking about all this other shit. So, yeah, the Lord don't wake him up about it. And that's giving mercy. That's an extent of mercy. Because like the elder did that video, he was like, man, I was very close to this man. And yet still now, he's nowhere to be found. Yeah, he wasn't, or he very well can be that, like shock his system. The Lord is merciful. Trust me. This is not a scam. I know I really don't deserve mercy. Do you understand that? By giving me this truth, he gave me mercy. Now, the scary part is the Lord knows if you're going to accept the truth or if you of the elect or not. So again, we always bring up the fact of how coming into the truth doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be saved. It can actually secure or solidify your judgment. You know what I'm saying? Verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for the sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So a lot of people about to be howling, crying, again, despair. Social Security rollout increases. And this is the year of, like the elder, title of the year, because, a lot of things are being revealed. We in the book of Revelations, remember? So a lot of agents being exposed, seeing what people teaching about. If you're not in the spirit of warning, then you might know all the scriptures, right? Yet still you ain't a prophet. You know what I mean? You not warning nobody, you just a debater. So you a nigga. To me, you know, the thing is, you got to be worthy to be respected by me. You get what I'm saying?
Your social security check
You
should
can
have
call that offensive. Just because you're an elder doesn't mean that you worthy of my respect. That's what I was shown. All that elder shit went out the window with me. I went to a city and I watched so much respect be given to an elder, and he wasn't like no almighty he wasn't like he didn't have a title of such and such, you know. But everybody respected him just because he was the elder. And I'm not saying I demand that respect. What I'm saying is I watched in my camp. Again, you can be the most diligent. You diligent, but then you don't even follow the fucking scripture. Like, I find it funny, again, I'm going to repeat this because maybe it went over your head. How you going to be on a level in the spiritual man, but then you do some of the most unspiritual shit? I'm like, what? And yeah, I could have faked it. That's what made me leave. I said, well, Dad, we about to just fake it, huh? You just let me know, fuck you. So what am I doing this for? I might as well just come back up and say, fuck you, and then we get to fighting, right? Like, no, I'm going to go ahead and get away from you, and may the Lord protect your household, because I don't want nothing to happen to nobody. I broke bread. I'm from with niggas, we go out, we all going to fight and die, or we not. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? I'm from around niggas. The scriptures talk about godly jealousy. You know what I'm talking about? You bring another nigga around that ain't from our hood, nigga, they fuck around and try to do something to him. And then I watched how all that was bullshit, and I start seeing that and that's just my lot. You know what I mean? The Lord separated for a reason. And it could be good or bad. I don't even mean to be bringing this shit up. I be trying to leave this shit alone. And that's how you know, yeah, of course I feel some kind of fucking way. That's just being honest. We should be honest that we just men too. The Lord utilizes us when he chooses to. I can recognize all that. But I never said like I'm just the ultimate. I said the Lord led me to men, and I had to think about it. I said, damn, I didn't even listen to the elders first. I listened to a camp that I'm not even going to name. But it's 2 camps in that region. You know that? Oh my God, this dude is weird. I got a whole demon just pulled up this. May the Lord be with me, Shot. So I'm going to end the lesson there. You know, Salakia for any offenses, because again, I get offended sometimes. Sometimes I don't even speak on it. Sometimes I address it. But you should never speak on some shit that you don't even know the whole facts about. That's just facts. So I'm gonna leave the lesson. I'm gonna end the lesson with this. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Hakodas, double honors to the elders, to the apostles I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the 4 corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Now more so than ever, shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations. We subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, Lord willingly, shalom, shalom. Kwame Yisrael, Mawala Babal.
Your social security check